Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thank y'all so much for stopping by the live stream again. Shout out to the NTZ crew. That's Jacob Tanjay. I'm pretty sure Michael Beach of Life will join us later. Welcome to the fourth quarter. Train kept a rolling. Thank you for your support. All my fourth quarter members. We'll have a live stream in the morning for the fourth quarter members. All my old heads. Hey, Joe Valin. What time's it travel? There's Xavier. What's up, Xavier? I love the chime. Any new viewers and subscribers join us today? Welcome. And anybody catching this on replay? The peso is 58.78, man. Still, man, it's amazing. Don't slip on that. If you're over here in the Philippines, man, you need to be exchanging some of them dollars or pounds or whatever it is. There's Michael Beach of Life. The topic today, remember this is your live stream, is the effects young women have on older men. And, you know, I came up with this. I actually changed the title because I've been chatting with some men and who are dating or married to younger women, and they've been exhibiting some poor judgment. But there's some good and bad that goes along with dating young women. And when I'm talking about young women, I'm talking about 18 to 24 over here. Y'all see, I put the picture of Marilyn up on my community page, and Marilyn was 24 on that picture, believe it or not. And she didn't look no more than 14 to me, because Booby showed me the picture. Booby was like, "Here, look, Daddy." And I thought it was maybe one of Marilyn's cousins or something, until I looked real close at the baby. That's Sahara. She's in college right now. I'm like, who is this? I asked Marilyn. Marilyn says, me. I'm 24, man. I try to tell y'all. Y'all think I just be on here talking. When you meet a woman over here, you better get some ID, because you don't know how old they are. He said, hey, man, can someone put me on your channel? I'm planning on heading out. He said, hey, man, someone put me on your channel. I'm planning on heading out that way soon. Much love from Florida. Hey, welcome, Anthony. Yeah, this is a good one. If you want the nitty gritty. What's up, Sam? He said 62,000. Congrats, Cal. You're welcome, man. That's Harry's shoulders. But you know, it's funny, man. I was walking home from the gym yesterday when I made the video that I uploaded. And see, on YouTube, you never know what videos are really people are gonna relate to or not. And I'm really shocked at that the views that video is getting, but I guess it resonated with people. You know, we always talk about we want a new life, but we're not willing to pay the price for a new life, really. And it's a high price. And a new life to you could mean losing weight, it could mean stop smoking, whatever it is, but we don't want to make the sacrifice. We want something for nothing. If it was easy, everybody would do it. But I was just speaking from my heart, man. You know, I really wanted a new life, man. The life I had over there, I was sick of it. I was sick and tired of it. What's up, Matt? He says, hey, Cal and Sunshine Shoulders community from Eastern Georgia. Yeah. So this is your last day in Georgia. What's up, Don? Yeah, so that old life had to die, man, before a new one could be born. You know, remember, y'all heard it, somebody say this before, right? Everybody wants to go to heaven, but don't nobody want to die. Well, that's the same thing that I'm really talking about. Everybody wants a new life, but they want to hold on to too much of that old life. Retired 19, thanks for that super chat. He says, Cal, my cancer doctor has given me permission to travel and enjoy life. I will continue maintenance treatment and wear a mask in crowded places, but I'm grateful for everyone's support, man. Congratulations. But nobody wants to get that diagnosis. You know, and if anybody knows about sacrifice and what it takes, it's you, Retired 2019. You could come on here, man, and really educate us on not taking life for granted, because most of us do. We think we're going to live to be 1,000. So we put it off, put it off, put it off. I'm here to tell you now that whatever you want out of life, man, you got to pay for it in advance and in full. I remember when I stopped smoking over 20 years ago, I've been 26 years without a drink. So about 24 years ago, the doctor is probably going to kill you and has negative health effects is because they may gain weight. Imagine that. That's the reason people stop smoking. You put gaining weight over here or dying of lung cancer over here, and they choose the lung cancer. What's up, Jacob? Yeah, let's hit the thumbs up, guys. Show me some support. I love LaChan said my wife was 19 and looked 14 first time we met. I had to trust my sources that she was really 19. You know, I said a long time ago that there's no difference between a 16-year-old and an 18-year-old, except an 18-year-old is legal. But a lot of you guys, you don't know. You just take her word for it. You come over here. I just had a guest that left here. He said the girl he met, he's thinking she's grown to, he goes down and meets her family, finds out she's 16. He was like, no, he hurry up and got out of there. Even though the parents was like, oh, it's okay. He's like, no, my country would never let me marry her. He said, that's a crime in my country. You know, and of course, you know, the dating site is like, it's almost like, excuse me, it's almost like Facebook. You know, you got to be a certain age to open up a profile. So that doesn't stop young women from doing that. You got to be real, real careful over here, because they don't play that over here. If you want to get in trouble, come over here and date underage women. And see, we don't talk enough about that. I've made 1 or 2 videos out of my 2,500 videos, because men, they want to keep quiet about that because they know they're over here dating those young women. Now, it's not my business, okay? I'm not a dick watcher, but I'm gonna let you know, man. You don't want to do that. Yeah. He said, yeah, that's a crime. Yeah. But it's a lot of men over here that like that. And hey, that's their business. One of the first couples I ever seen in the Philippines, I was so cringy. He had to be in his 30s. She looked to be no more than 14 or 15. They in the SM in Cebu. It's him, her, the mother, and the little brother. But to be honest with you, I don't know. She could have been 18 now that I know, but it's just, I don't know. He said, Cal, I noticed a lot of guests you've been bringing on as a message we can all relate to. Yeah, that's one thing about the Philippine genre. And a lot of the Southeast Asian genre, and anybody looking to escape the matrix, we got a lot in common. And, you know, people are tired of the rat race. That's where I gained my traction when I started talking about escaping the rat race, jumping off that hamster wheel. That's something we all have in common. Can you give me a cup of water, please? What's up, Michael Alexander? What's up, Philippine? Paradise. Say hello, Cal. Sunshine Shows community. Let's get to 100,000. Yeah, but that's a big deal for his doctor to tell him he can travel again. Because I know I'd be terrified if they told me I had cancer. But yeah, we don't talk enough about dating these young women over here because people don't want to talk about that. Okay, the very first, expat I ever met in the Philippines, he met the girl when he was 17, when she was 17, rather. He claimed they didn't do anything till she was 18. And the minute she turned 18, they got married. That's a red flag to me. That means they were doing something, thank you. When she was 17, he was dating her first cousin. And she told him, yeah, the first cousin got a Filipino boyfriend over here. And all the money you sending over here, she's giving it to him. So he came unannounced and busted up and rewarded the young girl with marriage. They've been married ever since. Probably about, let's see, I met him in 2009. So that's 15. They've been together about 20 years. But yeah, when he told me that, I never questioned him. I didn't say anything about it. But in my mind, I'm like, yeah, I don't believe a word you're saying. But I think what time is it travel is what you're talking about. We have a lot in common. I think that's why videos like I did yesterday, well, uploaded it today, Filipino time, 12 midnight, is because a lot of people feel that way. You know, I'm not going to keep running in and out of my old life over there. Yeah, I'm eventually go home because I'm going to have to, but it's not something I'm going to continue to do. And I see a lot of people doing it. It's like you going back, you're getting sick again. It's like you got cancer. You leave America, you no longer have cancer. But the minute you step back in America, now you got cancer again. Why would I want that? He said, my girl's 28, but looks so much younger. First thing I did was idea. You better. He said, Unc, we need more U's over there. That Johnny Somali case in South Korea is the talk over there. It's sad, brothers got to make it hard on others. But wasn't he in trouble somewhere else? If this the same guy, wasn't he in trouble in, was it Thailand, Japan, or somewhere? But he's not making it hard on me. I'm my own man. But I understand what you're saying, but that's just how it is. If one black man does something, we all get blamed for it. I'm just saying. But I'm not worried about him. He ain't making me look bad. I don't even know what he did. Yeah, Japan. I thought so. He was, there was a guy over here doing some old crazy vlog type stuff, ambushing women and stuff like that. That's why I don't stop. Look, Filipinos are very, very shy and bashful, man. And when you see them on the street, they're either going somewhere or coming from somewhere. I don't know what I'm do and stop them on the street. Hey, let me ask you a few questions. That's what y'all like, but I'm not going to do it. You let some of them other creepy vloggers do that. That's not the type of vlogging I do. Bacala Will, what's up? He's coming from Bacala, right up the street. He says, have you ever played Metro Card Club? Probably best poker room in the Philippines. He said, he's not a black American. Yeah, I don't think it really matters. I know when I lived in Cebu back in 2010, 2011, Manny Pacquiao, that's when that's before he was still a sinner. He hadn't, you know, turned his life over to Jesus, right? He was wild, man. Skirt chasing, all them fast cars. And he used to play poker just about every weekend at the waterfront. My next door neighbor, he was from New Orleans. He took all kind of pictures with Manny Pacquiao. He says, how's the internet over there? I got a work from home job. I'm wondering if the net is stable enough to work there. It is. Especially if you live in one of the major cities. I got a friend, Kaz. He's up in Manila, he doesn't have any problems. And he had a problem with his computer. He had to take it back. But yeah, you'll be okay with that. But people talk about the infrastructure here. There's a lot of digital nomads over here, Anthony. We met me, Michael Beach Alive, and David Meehan. We met one. He was from London, a young guy. He said he came from Thailand to the Philippines because he was tired of. At that time, you could only stay in Thailand 30 days. He said he was tired of that. He didn't want to jump through hoops for one of them old crazy visas you can get over there. But yeah, the internet is pretty good. But yeah, what time to travel? You're right. A lot of us have something in common. You know, we're tired, man. Most of the people on my channel are 45 and up. The largest age group that watches my channel, because YouTube gives me this information, 55 to 64. If you're 55 to 64, you've given it in 38 to 40 years of your life on that hamster wheel. And you're trying to say, is this all there is to life? I want something else. And, you know, you've been with that old hag over there. You know, nothing you do is she satisfied. You know, you may get some intimacy once a month. If you're going to get that, then you got to beg for that. So they come over here and they start dating younger women. Is that good or bad? There's some good things about it. There's some bad things about it. Mostly good. I mean, one thing, though, that you can't deny, poor judgment. Poor judgment. You get with one of these young women, man, you don't want to go home. You overstay your visa. You start spending money like crazy because you're trying to impress her. You're trying to keep her beside you. They'll have you spending money you don't have over here. But honestly, what's up, Angelo Habib? What two consenting adults agree to is nobody's business. I just tell you what I'm seeing. You know, the whole time from certain age that you go through that midlife crisis, you may still be married. But from then until you finally get over here, you want a younger woman. You're not satisfied with the life you're living now. You know that you got more time behind you than you do ahead of you. So if you're going to fulfill that fantasy, you better do it now. I was recently chatting with a guy, he's 59, his girlfriend's 22. I don't care. I mean, that sounds good to me. He said that pic of Marilyn at 24, she's looking like a 3, but it's a cool because big cows are 2. Yeah, yeah. Thank you, brother. I appreciate the comment. I mean, the compliment, rather. Hey, what's going on? He said, I didn't start sipping on port till I got real older. He said, get that young Poontang and a picture of Mojo Bullfrog and you'd be set. What's up, Blizzard? But I made the post, I made the live stream because I want y'all to contribute, man, to comment. You know, what's it like? What made you want to date a younger woman? And what's the effects of dating a younger woman has it had on your life? Your physical health, is it better? It says it's better right here. It says that you have improved physical health when you date a younger woman. This is what the expert said. I didn't say it. It says it improves heart disease, lowers your blood pressure, improves your immune system. But I don't think that's the reason why we date younger women. We like that young, warm body. Angelo said, my ex-wife's a big mama now, huge, and her attitude is still bad. My current girlfriend is 100% opposite. Yeah. Now you with a younger woman. What made you want a younger woman this time, Angelo, instead of the big mama? Because before you met your girlfriend, you didn't know that she was going to be as nice as she is, but you did know her age. What made you go lower? He said, well, my current girlfriend is only 2 years younger than my ex. He said, I want kids, and the youthful energy is the reason. I'm 42. So what's your age range if you're 42? What's young? What's young to you? Put it in the comments. Is 18 young? 25 young? To some of us, 30 may be young. What's considered young to you? Because remember, I said he was 59, she was 22. He said my cutoff is 23 to 30. Yeah. But until you really get over here, you're not going to really know. Because I'm sure if she's 22 or she's 31 and she checks all the boxes, you're going to kick her out. M says physical health is better for sure. I've always dated younger women. But what's young to you? Okay? Because what's happening is a lot of my friends are either getting married over here at 70, 75, 80, or they're thinking about getting married. They want to get married because now they're with a younger woman. And I'm saying, you know, why would somebody at that age get married? Is it for religious reasons? What is it? It's something that he wants to do for the woman that he can't do for her if they're not married. He said 30 to 35. He said 18 to 22 is too young. Yeah, everybody got their preference, but put it down what young is to you, though. What's your limit? He said, Cal wanted a woman in her 20s. He said 18 and 19 was a slight possibility. Most women my age hit the wall long ago and have been ran through too many times. Yeah. Now, is that a double standard? We want a young, fresh woman, but we've been through the ringer. But when I was chatting with this guy, that's what made me bring this up. Like, do we really know what we're getting into when we deal with these young women like that? I mean, because we do some crazy stuff, man. What's up, Thomas? He said 18 to 25 is young. He said big drawback would be that daddy effect, long term. Short term, you found the fountain of youth again. Yeah, I think we, to be honest, man, who doesn't want a young tender? Who doesn't want a younger woman like that? Face, skin smooth, body smooth, no stretch marks, no children, you know. He said X was 17 years young, and now my current is 14 years young. He said women in the Philippines hit that proverbial wall at the age of 30. A man with means would never hit that wall. Yeah, I don't know. I guess you could be right, though, because of the culture and everything over here. I would say a lot of women are married before they reach 30, probably with children. So maybe that's a reason why a lot of guys want a younger woman. He said if she can wrestle an alligator, I would take 18 years old. Well, see, my experience was, she said she was 22 on the dating site, but she turned out to be 18. And I had no reason to believe that she wasn't 22. I mean, when I think back on it now, it really amazes me how this young woman carried herself because she didn't look 18. Especially, okay, when I first met her, airport. She had, you know, the ponytails, right? Or was it like this? Either way. So then when she took that down, we went to, because we stayed close to Robinson in Puente Circle. And we went to David's Salon. And boy, did they bust my head. But I got her what do you call it when you get their hair done? What do they call that over here? But anyway, she really looked more mature then. What do they call that when you know, when they put the relaxer in and all that, man? I didn't know any better. You know what David Salon charged me for that young girl's hair? 7,000 pesos, man, in 2009. But, you know, but I justified it. I'm going in my mind. I'm like, well, that's only $140 or something like that. That'll be what a nice salon would pay in America. Knowing I done paid like 4 times more. But she looked a whole lot better. But it was just the way she carried herself. And I was really shocked when I found out. He says, I wouldn't even consider a woman younger than my oldest daughter, and she's 28. Yeah, everybody has their preference, man. You know, it's just the way it is. And it depends on how old you are. He said, remember, age doesn't matter. To some people, it does. He said, love has no age, bro. If you get hit by love, your whole age range might get shattered. But what does it do to our minds, man? You know, because you hear all these horror stories online, and it has to do with dealing with younger women. Very seldom do you hear of a man coming over here losing his mind for an older woman or giving all his money away for an older woman. It happens, but for the most part, they're always young. And the women that they marry are young. I mean, what would make a man want to get married at 80 years old? Other than the fact that he can. I don't see any benefit. He says, I'm guilty of the double standard. That's okay by me. I'm in the fourth quarter. It's my turn. Yeah. You know, that's a pretty good, over here, Angelo, that's a pretty good age range because y'all don't really look strange together. You're 45. You just turned 45. She's 28. I think she just turned 28. It's not that bad. You know, but if you look at a lot of these vloggers and they have these younger women, it's like they don't care. You know, it's like it would bother me. It bothered me when I had that little rendezvous. It bothered me. I felt funny. I felt something strange inside of me. That's all. Yeah, the rebind. Thank you, man. I couldn't think about that for nothing. I paid 7,000 for that in 2009, which is crazy. And then, okay, when I was with my wife, we were down in Dumaguete, man. This guy, he was a young gay guy, man. Man, it was only 2,200, and it was 10 times. Hey, boo, he did 10 times better job than what the David Salon did in Cebu. And every time I go to Dumaguete, of course, I'm not going to be able to find him. Hell, that was 14 years ago. Now, it's called rebonding over here. He said, hey, Cal, plan on coming for a month soon. Do I want to stay close to Cebu Airport, or is that enough time to visit San Carlos and Valencia and get back in time for my flight? Yeah, I wouldn't stay in Lapu-Lapu, man. Lapu-Lapu is, you got the airport there. Who wants to be somewhere where you're hearing planes all day long? And it's so congested in Lapu-Lapu. Just come across the bridge to Cebu. A month is plenty of time, man. It's a nice vacation. Yeah, most people can't take a month off. When I talked about 90 days, he was like, that's not enough time. Who wants to be packing up every 90 days? Man, 90 days is a long time. especially when you don't have a whole lot but your luggage to carry around. But 30 days is just plenty because San Carlos is about 3 hours away from Cebu City. You catch that, you go to the South Bus Terminal, you catch the bus to Toledo City, get off at McDonald's, walk across the street to the light ferry, buy your ferry ticket, and then that's about another hour and 20, hour and 30 minutes on the ferry. He said, what if the law, if they show you a fake ID? Well, I'm sorry. You know, remember, there's no due process. You're guilty until proven innocent over here. Remember the guy he was from Norway. And you can easily, in 2018, he was actually with 4 people, 18, 19, 8, and 9. They were on their way to the beach, and the mother was going to follow. But some concerned citizen called the police on him. They were in the South Bus Terminal, and they didn't know you're with a 8, 9-year-old. You're not their father. Even the 18, 19 says, no, he's a friend of ours. It didn't matter. They locked his ass up. Even the mother came to the police station and said, no, he's a friend. He had my permission to take them. They wasn't hearing it. He made bail and has never been back. They gave him a bail. See, you got to understand, some of these offenses over here have no bail. Drugs have no bail. But fortunately for him, it did. And he's never been back. Then he had to pay another several 100,000 pesos to clear his name. But he's never come back. So now, he said, what's the law? The law is they're going to lock your ass up. And believe it or not, man, they look for that kind of stuff. There's concerned citizens over here. They call them Karens in America, but over here they're concerned citizens. If you were a real young looking woman, man, they're going to call on you. They're going to tell on you. I'm just being honest. You know, it's something you got to be careful about, you know, because y'all think it's okay to date them 16 and 17-year-olds because the parents say it, or, well, the age of consent and all of that. Man, you're not a citizen here. You're not Filipino. And then it's only a certain amount of years age gap that they're going to give you the benefit of doubt in. What is it? 5 years or something? So if you're 21, you might can get away with it. He said, as long as she's fit and healthy, I'm flexible with older women. You know, older women, they get set in their ways, man. You know, it's just like anywhere else. You know, and they're a lot more vengeful. You break up with an older woman, you're going to catch hell. Okay, over here. Hey, Laura, he says, hey, Cal. Hi, guys. Old fossil woman here. Hope all of you are okay. But some men, you know, they like older women. They like women their age, Laura. What's up, Mike? Now, Harry Shoulders is 69, soon to be 70. I don't think he wants to date a 69-year-old woman. I could be wrong. He says age does matter. Maturity-wise. He says, what do you talk about with a 20-year-old TikTok? TikTok? Well, we're not doing a whole lot of talking. Okay? That's the thing. Thomas, they're not doing a whole lot of talking. What's up, Nicholas? He said, most of them young women call me daddy due to no father figure growing up. I told her not in public, behind closed doors, you can call me daddy all you want. I don't know, man. The only woman I ever dealt with over here whose father wasn't around, he died. And that's my wife. Merlin's father died. Most of the time when you meet a woman over here, a young woman, The mother and father still together. My son's mother, the young woman I was telling you about, her mother and father, they're still together down in Louisiana, a little beautiful little uh, seaside barangay in northern Mindanao. They're still together. He said, I would give a waiver for 40 to 45, but would have to have some serious good qualities for the waiver. You know what scares me is the menopause. You know, if you're an older gentleman and you're dating an older woman, let's say 40 plus, what happens when the menopause hits? Because, you know, we're still on planet Earth. It's gonna happen. What what then? What then? I mean, because I think that's another reason why a lot of guys date younger women over here. I mean, young women over here because they say, well, by the time it really matters, I'm going to be dead. He said, what's the best public golf courses y'all played in the Philippines? My third Philippine trip is now booked. I've got my phone. Give me that one. Yeah, give it here. What's up, Kamal? Now, that would have been a good question to ask my buddy, AB. He plays golf every time he comes to Southeast Asia. But I don't play golf. Let me get this for Booby. She wants to. Now don't come back in here, Booby. Okay, you know I'm on the my live stream. There. Bye. He says I saw on you. Laura says I saw on YouTube older women getting with young guys. That to me is just weird. Yeah, but for some reason they get a pass, Laura. It's like go girl, you know, cougars get a pass. He said, Cal, when you coming down this way again? Maybe next week or somewhere around next week because I'm going on vacation next week. He said, recharge your batteries. I drove an old car for many years, came here and got this year's model, brand new, man. Yeah, a lot of men will do that. But I really want to go to Samal Island, Angelo, because Mo's there. Mo's back now. And he's going to be here for a while. He said, Phil and Chester, the molester. Well, you know, some of these guys go too low. I mean, if she really looks to the point where I got to ask for ID, I'm backing off of that because, you know, they're going to stir a hole in you in public anyhow. I already told you there is no law. They're going to lock your ass up. IT consultant. And there is no fake IDs anymore. They got a national ID now. A fake ID. Yeah, 90 days anywhere is a long time. Take 90 days off, man. You'll go crazy if you don't have nothing to do. He says, I dated a 42-year-old that acted 17. I noticed that a lot of younger Filipinos are much mature, which freaks me out compared to older Western women. A lot of times they have to be. You know, Marilyn was 11 when she started taking care of her sisters and brothers. Her mother was working. But, you know, they have to be. They start work. My son's mother started working. She graduated from elementary school, and you know that was fifth grade because there was no six and seven. No, there was sixth grade. There was no seven and eight back then like it is now. So the next grade is high school. Well, her mother couldn't afford to send her to high school, so she took 1 year off. as 11-year-old and sold coconuts on the streets of Cebu and saved all her money so she could go back to school and, pay for her uniforms and her, her projects and stuff like that. And she graduated from high school. So imagine that. She said sometimes she go to sleep on that cart. Have you ever seen, it's usually grown men you see pushing that big cart full of coconuts, and they'll cut them up for you and pour the juice out. That's what she was doing. She said that she'd work all day and her hands would be yellow from, dealing with the coconuts and stuff. That will make you mature. She's having a house built in America now. I mean, if you're a winner here, you're going to be a winner anywhere. But that's true. A lot of the younger women you meet over here, they're going to be mature because the ones that we meet, they're the breadwinners in the family. They're the ones who are ambitious. They speak the best English. They can handle dealing with a foreigner. Everybody over here can't handle it, man. You can't deal with that. He says, I'm in the matrix. That's my thinking, me being 64. If I were to come to the Philippines, I think I'd like a woman in her early 30s. I'm sure boots on the ground would change my thinking. Yeah, and then it depends on, do you want a woman with children? Because we talk about that a lot. Do you really understand what that means over here? I don't think a lot of men do. But there's enough women over here who don't have children. They think that the Philippines is just full of single mothers. It's not. You know, there's women over here who don't have children because it's expensive, man. I'm just telling you. You better think that one all the way through. Okay? And once she's in her early 30s, more than likely she's going to have children over here. That would be the what they call that? What they call that? The horse with that would be the unicorn. To be in your 30s over here with no children. He says, I'm 45, over 29 is too old. Well, the guy says that over here hitting the wall is 30. I don't know about that, but I do know that once a woman's 30 over here, she's probably had one or two relationships, probably one or two children, if that makes a difference to you. Yeah, I got rid of him, I think, anyway, that Goldfinger guy. Yeah, the unicorn. She would be the unicorn. He said, menopause killed my 22-year relationship with a beautiful woman. Yeah, see, I think that's another reason, that's one lesson that men learn from their country that they bring over here. But a lot of stuff they don't. Poor judgment is one thing that men suffer from over here when it comes to women, especially younger women. They think it's going to be easier than what it really is. They start falling in love. Who wants to be in love at 75 or 70? And getting jealous and, the stress, because that's one of the bad things about falling in love with a younger woman, increased stress. Where is she? Wondering where are you? Does she really love me and all that? He says, I'm 69 and she's 42, so 27 years. That's not bad though, Ken. I mean, because of her age. And 69 and 42 over here, man, people won't even give you a second look. But it doesn't seem that way. She seems to genuinely enjoy me in her life. She has physical issues from her 2 decades of working in a factory. Yeah, of course, she she seems to genuinely enjoy you in her life because you're the prize, Ken. I mean, she's over the moon to have somebody like you. Because a 42-year-old woman over here with physical issues, her dating life is Very limited. Very limited. So yeah, he said paying everything for a better life was an incredible subject matter. Prayers and blessings, big bro. Yeah, that's one thing on here too, that one of the uh, kinds of dating a younger woman or a young woman, she has little or no resources, so you're going to pay for everything. And some people don't care, they say, okay, because over here, I know y'all heard me say this before, but you don't work over here, and most people don't have investments or anything. You have that incurring, the recurring income, but you're just spending money over here. That's all you're doing. You're paying for everything every day, all day long, all the time. So a lot of men justify it and they say, well, I'm gonna have to pay for it anyway, but not to the extent that you pay over here. And then when you add the children, it gets real expensive, man. Almost to the point where men can't afford to live here in the Philippines. We don't have that discussion enough. Maybe I need to make a video about that. I can't afford to live in the Philippines. It would be the title, because it's cheap over here, guys, until you add the woman and her children. And then you might as well be spending the same amount of money at home. I'm telling you from experience. Well, I saw that. I saw that. It's not true. It's not true. I saw a video about that. They don't even use that term. It's some fine ass women over here at 30. I don't know the last time you've been here, Frank. He said, I wish I had the money. I would travel and live life. Well, what are you doing? Start saving today. Start saving now. Okay, sacrifice your money. Whatever you're spending it on over there, stop spending it over there. Going to buying them expensive football jerseys and going, paying $100 to park at the stadium, and then $200 for a ticket, then another $60 for something to eat. Stop that. Stop going out every damn weekend. You got the money. You just aren't spending it on travel. You're spending it on something else. He says, I met my woman last year. She was 34. I was 52. She didn't have any kids. Yeah, you can find that over here. Yeah, see, that's a good thing about um, dating an older woman. You really don't have to worry about, is she with me for the money, or is she really um, into me or not? Because she's going to be, because once they get a certain age over here, guys, the dating options is very limited, man. I mean, very limited. The older woman gets over here, because remember, the ones we deal with, they don't have any money. It's not like in the Matrix, when an old woman like Laura was talking about dating these younger men. If you got money over here, yeah, then you can date younger women. I mean, younger men. My landlord, the one I told you that we moved out of there as soon as we could because she wasn't fixing anything. She was 46 and her boyfriend was 17. But she was giving the rent money we was paying her. But if you're a woman 46 years old, and she was not good looking at all. Okay. I don't know how she let the foreigner get away. The foreigner that bought her the house to begin with. Lady, you should have wrapped yourself around him. But anyway, a lot of the women, when they get older, they don't have any money. So, they'll end up going back with their high school uh, love or something like that. They'll, you know, bump heads on the street or something like that. Other than that, man, trust me, over here, once they get a certain age, you'll see a lot of women in the 40s, 50s, 60s. They're by themselves over here. So if you like um, older women over here, you're gonna have your pick, and that's why they appreciate you. There was a guy here. There was a guy here. He was with a woman. He was in his early 60s. She was in her mid to late 50s. And this woman, you talking about being treated like a king. This lady treated him like an absolute king. And that's why. Imagine getting a life upgrade at 56 or 58, knowing that your dating life is over. Your love life is over. And this guy comes along, retired from the military, right here in St. Carlos City. Sweeps you off your feet. I mean, he didn't have to do nothing. You hear me? Absolutely nothing. Hey, what's up, James and Arcelita? James, now he got a younger woman. What's some of the cons, James? We know what the pros are. You got that young woman, she's tender, everything's in the right place, no children, full of energy. But what's the con? He says, I'm 36 and she's 55, so peaceful than dating young. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. It's all a preference. Yeah, it's all a preference. But so you know what I'm talking about then. I bet that woman kisses the ground you walk on for her to be 55. Because a 55-year-old woman here has very little, unless she's still married, she has very little options over here. Unless one of them tricycle drivers going up in her. That'll be about it. He said, hey, Cal, what about the mountainous regions? Do they exist and are the temperatures cooler in those areas? Absolutely. Even right here in St. Carlos City, we have the Don Salvador Benedicto. That's what they call it. The mountains. I mean, the minute you start going up in those mountains, it gets cooler. The land is cheaper, but can you really live up there 24 hours a day, 7 days a week? Because it's a life up there that most foreigners never see. It's a whole new world in those mountains. I met a guy on the bus one time. He recognized me, and we got off and we were talking. He lives in the mountains. I want to say he lives, where does he live? Because me and Maryland, we were coming back to San Carlos City. So he lives above the mountain, above, I want to say somewhere around Cebu Land or somewhere. He lives in the mountains, though. He said, I can afford a budget about $3,000 per month. Now, that's a pretty good budget over here, but there's so much that goes into these budgets, Retard 2019. You're single, okay? So 3,000, man, you would live really, really good. But once you start adding those layers to that budget, the woman, her children, a family, it gets expensive over here, man. And I think that's the disappointing thing a lot of men eventually find out. They don't understand how much more of a cost it is when they add a woman on top of it. It's very expensive, man. Hey, what's up? He said, need 100 more thumbs up, you freeloaders. That shit like a man. And that's why when I did that, it's too late for me. Guys, I'm not regretting anything. I'm just telling you from my experience to try to help somebody who hasn't come over here yet. Because I didn't know. I'm thinking, okay, it's the Philippines, everything's cheaper and this and that, right? I'm just telling you, if I'm a man and I could do it over again, which obviously I can't. I made that video to help other people. I would date a single woman, single. Or I wouldn't even date a woman right away. I get everything situated, man. I get my life together first because she's going to add a lot. I mean, if you just want to, you know, release that pent up tension, they got places over here for that. Walking Street and all that. But I don't think we really realize what we're getting into when we get in relationships over here. It's not the same as back home. But we seem to think it is. We seem to think, oh, it's just she's just younger and more attractive over here. He said everything is times two when you're in a relationship. I think about what it's going to cost me whenever we think about going somewhere. Yeah, thank you, man. It's just, I mean, it's just, you know, and then if she has children, you know, I've adopted my children over here, her two daughters, you know, but it's not free. You know, I was seeing somewhere, you know, because I look at it as like my buddy, you dirty puppy. I'm not just gonna be throwing my money away, okay? If I'm gonna spend money like I spent to send Maryland's daughter, I consider her my daughter now. Hell, she was 11 or 12 when I met Maryland. She's a freshman in college right now. If I'm gonna pay for college, it's not gonna be to be a teacher, okay? It's gonna be something that's gonna break the cycle of poverty in your family, okay? But that comes with a price, man. That's something, that's a decision you gotta make. A lot of guys don't want to do that, you know, because it's like, well, what about her father? What's he doing? He's not doing nothing. But I can't worry about him. I'm not gonna let her suffer. You know, nobody around me is gonna suffer if I can help it. But it's something you got to think about that a lot of men don't think about. They just got hot pants. They just want to come over here and stick their dick in something. That's all y'all thinking about. You're not thinking it all the way through. That you're probably gonna catch feelings for the woman. Now what? I saw where the guy he married a woman with 4 kids, and they talking about how expensive it is in the Philippines. You damn right it's expensive. When you taking care of 6 people now instead of one yourself, I would not suggest that, man. I wouldn't do that. I'm sorry, man. People can get mad at me all they want. If you're a single man, recently divorced, or whatever it is, and you come over here, man, you need to spend some time to yourself. Get rid of all that garbage you carrying with you over here. Get your life together. And then start thinking about that. He says, I've been single for over 10 years and live alone. I don't think I would want to live with anyone. I don't mind dating, though. Now, where are you? You're in America. Because there's one thing about over here, man. They got the culture. They're conservative. You're not going to screw these women, man, and just, okay. There's no dating over here for real with foreigners. You get off the plane, she's there at the airport, you start living together. No dating over here, man. That would be a unicorn, too. Is she going to let you blow her back out anytime you want to and don't benefit at all from it? It's just, you're going to take her to a nice restaurant or something. See, this is what I'm talking about. We're in a whole different place, but we're bringing out dating habits and our thinking over here, thinking it's going to work. It's not. He said the best choices are finding an independent OFW. I mean, what's so different about that? OFWs are certainly the heroes over here. They send all their money back, but what do you mean? They're sending all their money home. It's not like they're saving that money and they got a whole bunch of money and all that. They're sending their money back here. It's 1/10 of the GDP over here. I mean, they're literally holding this country up on their backs. But I don't see any difference. He said, older the peace of mind. You know, everybody's got that. You know, everybody's got their preferences. I wouldn't want a 55-year-old woman though. You know, especially, you know, doing menopause and all that, and you know, they set in their ways and all that. I mean, she would be a unicorn if she was. I mean, she'd have to be going to the gym. She'd have to be active. You know, I don't want a grandmother. Okay, I'm sorry. I don't want a 55-year-old man, but you know, more blessings to you, man. Congratulations, you found what you're looking for, but that's too old for me. Colin, I'm 60, my woman's 40, and we're still going strong after 10 years. No drama. Yeah, that's a good age gap though, especially over here. I mean, if a 40-year-old woman, man, she, you know, she's gonna act like a 60-year-old man. He said, Cal, it seems really nice where you're staying. If I come for a month but want to stay longer, would it be better to buy a round trip ticket or onward ticket? Well, hell, I would buy a round trip ticket, right? Don't let these guys, man, talk you into that onward shit, man. If you're only gonna stay 30 days, why not buy a round trip ticket and then buy a flexible ticket? May cost you a little more where you can you can reschedule. Or rescheduling your ticket is going to cost less than buying a one way back home. But that's information that a lot of people are given. They're buying these one way tickets or these onward tickets because they say, I'm going to be here forever. I'm never leaving until they have to leave. Buy a round trip ticket. And then if if the parameters are the same, and this is what people don't understand, it's not going to be much difference in a round trip ticket and a one way ticket. But okay, you can buy a one way with only a 2 hour layover in Japan or South Korea. It's going to be expensive, right? Or you can get a round trip with a long layover, 10, 11 hours in Hong Kong or something like that. But at least you got the round trip. He said, where you going on your vacation, Cal? Are you going to travel to another country? No, I'm just, I can't leave anywhere right now. My passport is 4 months from expiring. But I'm just going to go to a beach somewhere in the Philippines and just kick back for a week. And no kids at all. Nothing. Yeah, 2020 is not bad. Oh, Mo's here? Yeah. I'm thinking about going to Samal. I really like that place. TJ took us, man, and it was nice. He said, my 46-year-old still looks like a 34-year-old. She tells me I'm depressed every day. Yeah, but at some point, they're going to hit that menopause, man. And that's when you're going to have to decide. But I'm I'm of the, here's how I live my life. One in the moment. So enjoy the good times while they last. What's up, Mo? He said, good morning, brother Cal. And the beach of life. We were free diving at the exact southern tip of Somalia yesterday. We were in the sea for 45 hours. Amazing experience. See, he's got his plan for his retirement. He was one of those guys running in and out of his old life, but I think he's over here now for the new life. He's got a young woman. There's a lot of advantages to it, but there are some disadvantages. See, here's one thing I wrote down. There's no denying that love or lust can make men do strange things. He said, if you're over 50, you have no business uh, buying football jerseys. Well, you know how it is. Hey, what's up? Paul Adventures, thanks for that super chat. He'll be on the channel Sunday, the live stream. He said, no kids, I'll support that. Yeah, because I'm going to tell you something. You can find that over here. What's up, Reginald Wallace? Thanks for that super chat. He says, hey, Calvin Manila, listening to you. I'm visiting my lady Rose, leaving tomorrow. She loves your channel. Say hello to Rose. Hey, Rose, what's up? Thanks for joining the chat. You're leaving? You going back to America, man? I know that's a hell of a feeling, man. I've been there, man. I think they might have something to do with me still, being over here, not leaving, because that's just a hell of a feeling at that airport. When you leave and you see all them people coming, you see that glow in their eyes, and you know what they get ready to get into, and then you got to go back. It's just a sad, sad feeling, man, for me. He says, I like the ones that don't shave their legs, but then again, I'm hairy too. He said, do you know that word Bueller? I don't know. This 50-year-old Filipina jokingly said she wants my blue-eyed baby. Skipped a few lines with a smiley emoji and said, you pay me no money, I want blue eyes. I don't know. Jay Rad says, I don't understand how some dudes tolerate in the Philippines what they are running from in the West. I've had that discussion so many times. But if you don't intentionally come over here and try to do the opposite and find the opposite of what you was dealing with over there, you can easily recreate your old life over here, Jay. That's an easy thing to do over here. Because they'll henpeck you and nag you to death if you let them. I'm just being honest. Yeah. A lot of guys, they do. Oh, Ferris Bueller. Okay. Because a lot of guys, you see them, they over here, man. They got a big Shirley over here. Me and John, we were eating at Mawani one evening, man, and it was a brother, and him and his wife, I guess it's his wife, it would have to be his wife. They got up to leave, so we stopped him and introduced ourselves. This woman standing at the door like this, looking all mean, and like, you need to hurry up and come on. And I'm like, dude, you come all the way over here to put up with that, okay? He says, how about them bar girls, Cal? Which I don't have any experience with bar girls. But I'm saying, if you coming over here just for sex, then you're gonna get what you came for. Okay, you're gonna find yourself in a shaky situation. But if you come over here for a new life, you get everything together first. And if if your hormones are screaming, hell, go to the bar. Excuse me. Other than that, when they come and meet you at that airport with that little sack of their possessions, man, it's gonna be hard to get rid of them. And it will be your commitment. Yeah, but what's misogynist has to do over here? We love women. Yeah, we love women. He says avoid single mothers at all costs. But a lot of these guys, they just want a woman. If she's young, they want her. And then, they'll hit you with, oh, well, you don't have to take care of my child. I'll take care of it. You're not responsible, right? Wrong. He says if you bring her into your place to live with you and she takes care of, and you take care of her and then throw her out, you can be charged. It's not America. Well, they're not going to charge you. They're not going to charge you for that. But you're probably going to have to leave the city, certainly the island. You got to go underground for a while. It just depends on, how deep she's in it. If the woman feels if she's scorned, you probably got to leave the country. It can be trouble, man. We don't take time to get to know the women and ask them questions like that. Like, what happens if we break up? You're not gonna give me trouble. Are we gonna be able to move on and date somebody else? Or you're not gonna make up any fake charges against me or anything like that because they'll do it, man. And they're not gonna believe you. They're gonna believe her. It's been enough bad foreigners over here that they're not gonna stand on your word. You're guilty until proven innocent. They'll throw you in jail, whatever it is. You just have to know. But we think we can get to know women online. You can't know these women online. They're going to say anything to get you to come over here. They'll tell you they don't have children when they have children. They'll tell you they're not married when they're married. You better know who you dealing with over here. But see, that's no different though, man. Why do y'all think that we're somehow in outer space somewhere? He says, I do wish some Filipinos would be okay with birth control, which they are. Some of them are. Sometimes I want to leave it inside, if you know what I mean, but I won't do that. He says they are totally against condoms there for some reason. It's not them, it's the Catholic Church. That's who's against the condoms, and they follow the Catholic Church. But I'm going to tell you, the pull-out method don't work. Okay? I mean, condoms are not going to save you from, what's those little bugs that, what do they call them? What's those little bugs and all that kind of stuff? It don't save you from that. As a matter of fact, Angelo, thanks for that super chat. You're not going to believe this. I'm going to tell Marilyn come in here. She's like, why don't you send Angelo them CDs? He said, and you come to Samal, bring my girlfriend CDs just in case we run into each other. And if not, maybe another time. No, I'm going to send them today because Marilyn was on my case the other day. And I was like, why have I not sent those? Send me again your address in the WhatsApp, man. I apologize, man. Marilyn, when I showed them to Marilyn at your kitchen table, she thought you were giving them to us. So she put them in that backpack, not me. Yeah, crabs. They don't save you from crabs. And then if you going up in there and all you doing is not giving the woman a cream pie, but you in the damn bakery, that's not going to stop you from catching anything either. I mean, that's not being responsible. You going raw up in the woman. Okay, you don't have to come to catch AIDS, or syphilis, or gonorrhea, or any of that. Why are you going up in a woman who, that you don't know without a rubber? He said, Cal, I really, really hate to nag, though, or it's okay if you keep them. I got more at home in Canada. It's all good. No, you're not nagging. It just slipped my mind. It's out of sight, out of mind. But I didn't take them. Marilyn did. I knew you. I was just showing them to her. I was like, look at these, that Angelo made some CDs where he's doing karaoke. And he gave them to his girlfriend when she thought that that you gave them to us. He said, bro, these dudes tripping. I'm raw dog, and these men tripping. They ain't going to use no magnums on Filipinos, the Dominicans, etc. I think you're telling the truth right there. because there's no takers. Remember, I told you that Jeffrey Taylor sent me a lot of Magnums, the real good kind. But I don't use them. Me and Merlin, we don't use them. And I asked anybody, I said, hey, if you're in the Philippines and you need, some real good quality condoms, I got them. I mean, I got a lot. He sent me a bunch of them, man. I mean, I'm talking about all kinds of, just cases and cases of them. I mean, Jeffrey Taylor don't be playing. I mean, they're brand new. They never even been open. It's just a bunch. I mean, I'm just telling you, here's another type he sent. Jeffrey Taylor don't play, man. Look, he even got a platinum case. That's thinner and softer. Elite large, longer and wider for a comfortable fit. But hell, I might give them to him when he gets over here. He'll be over here soon. I give them to him. I give them back. But yeah, I got a bunch of them. But I wouldn't be going up in a woman and then just pulling it out. That's not going to save anything. Yeah, you better. If you over here, you get right off the plane. Hell, we've been together for almost 6 years. He said, yeah, those condoms are small in Southeast Asia. He said, yeah, put them in the guest room. Yeah, you're right, man. I should do that. Good idea, Jeffrey. That's a great idea. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put them in there. Great idea right there. I never even thought about that. Hey, Jason. He said, are you open or available to doing a consultation? I'm on the cusp of retiring in the Philippines and could use a good mentor. Yeah, thanks for that super chat. Absolutely. And I only do that to keep being honest. I tell people that all the time. You can imagine I got 62,000 subscribers. I get hundreds of requests. So I just charge $30 for an hour. That's the filter I use. If you're serious, okay, I'll do it. But because, man, I can show you right now in my email with guys. They got a list of stuff they want me to answer for them. I'm like, dude, all you got to do, anything you want to know, you can go in my library of videos to answer. But if you want my time outside of my videos and stuff, yeah, you got to respect my time. That's the only reason I do it. Otherwise, I do it for free. But there's just not enough time in the day. But put my email up, Jeffrey, Jacob Tanjay, Michael Beach of Life. Just hit me up there, Jason. And thanks for your consideration. Yeah, he said facts, Cal. Yeah, it ain't gonna help you if you don't use the rubber. What's it gonna help you? Because you ain't giving a woman a cream pie. He said, yeah, raw dog, but be careful. Don't assume you won't get an STD or HIV. I keep hearing the cases on the rise here. Not being a fear monger, but this is in America. Yeah, but 85% of the cases, the new cases, are men. They're either gay men or men who deal with gay men. It's not like it's still, you still have to be careful, but it's a hustle over here for a lot of men. They're not really gay. They're doing it for the money. But then they'll go home and sleep with their girlfriend and give it to her. He said, yeah, they're just souvenirs over here. Hey, Chief. Yeah, see, when I was in the Navy, they didn't give us condoms. You had to go to Med to get that. Yeah, Jeffrey Taylor don't be playing, man. When I went to Thailand, he hooked me up with Mr. Lee. He's a seasoned traveler, man. But he said they got some kind of pill you can take the next day, if you're going in raw in these women, and it clears up everything. Oh, you're welcome, Jason. Thanks for your consideration. Hey, Dope Gilly said a consultation with Bro Cal is worth way more than 30. Do yourself a favor and book one. Yeah, thanks, man. You know, I just do that to keep honest people honest, man. You know, so people respect my time. Look, hell, I do a live stream. This could be a consultation, really. You can ask me anything while I'm here. But if you want to contact me outside of that, you know, I have to charge you something. There it is, Jason. Anybody want? That's how I contact him. Right there. He said 30 is cheap. He said most of these bloggers start at 100. Yeah, I would do it for free. I just did it to 30 just to stop the stampede. But yeah, 100 shit. Some of these bloggers is 500, 250. You know, but I can't put a price on their time. But I just did $30 like that just to, you know, to stop the stampede. But yeah, you're right. I mean, there's guys who, and you know, I don't blame them if they got information, but there's guys that haven't even been on YouTube 6 months and they're charging way more than me. I don't know, but you know, I guess somebody who's been here 6 months is can offer something to somebody who's never been here. He says, anyone here in altcoins or Bitcoin? I can't be alone here. No, it's a lot of people. He said they got an HIV vaccine recommended for old men. This vaccine will stop an older man from catching HIV. Wow. He said, off topic, but do you know any gyms classes, any boxing gyms classes in the Philippines? Yeah, absolutely. The gym that I go to, they've got a boxing guy who specifically works with people who want to box. It takes you up on the fourth floor or the third floor, and they have all that speed bag. Most gyms have all of that, but Viper Gym here in St. Carlos City has a trainer there. He's a boxer. When I forgot the Julian, when he came here from Cebu, he went to the gym with me, and that's what he did. But I would say get a checkup before you come over here. I don't know why men wouldn't do that anyway. You're coming on the other side of the planet. What is it about physicals that what do we have against a physical? Because anything that goes on with this young woman, despite her sexual history, she's gonna blame it on you. That way you would have some type of proof, like, lady, I didn't do it. Cause oh man, cause some of this stuff can lay dormant inside of a woman. He said, how much does one make on YouTube? It just all depends, man. It's too much. It's too many. What do you call it? It's too many variables. But everybody doesn't earn the same. Yeah, yeah. And you can pay him. I think it's probably what 200 pesos or something like that. Or if you just want to go in there and hit the bag on your own, you can. You just pay the. I think it's 100 pesos if you're not a member of the gym. But remember, man, the Philippines is producing world class boxers here. He said they wouldn't stop talking about cream pies. I've never heard of John, the trike patrol guy. What's up, Dolan, mate? He said they have birth control here, the pill, and they can insert it in their arm. Yeah, I've seen women here with birth control. Hey, Road 33 West, thanks for that super chat. He said, I can't believe there are still amazing single women in the Philippines so awesome. I don't know why you would think it's not, man. Very few women over here even deal with foreigners. They wouldn't even think to deal with you. I mean, there's really some amazing women over here that you don't have any um, a chance of having. They're no different than any other nation of women. They have their preference is really a Filipino man. I mean, but there's really some outstanding women over here. Smart, intelligent, beautiful. Some of them have money. It's just the ones that we deal with. We're limited. Okay, and I think that's another reason why guys come over and get the younger women because they say, okay, the women we deal with by the time they're 30, they're married, probably got kids. So you got to go younger. But yes, a lot of amazing women over here. Okay, Jason. Yeah, I don't know why that would surprise you. We only have access to what's on those dating sites, really. In my opinion, I think that's how they want us to meet them. It's hard to meet a woman here, man. You just don't know. They're so shy because they think, oh, I can't speak good enough English. You know, you don't know if a Filipino is just being nice or if she's interested because they're going to smile at you, man. They're nice. They're friendly as hell. So you don't know. And then you go for you know, you swing and it's a strike. 3 strikes you out. So we go for the easy, softer way, the dating site where the woman's wearing the flashing red suit now. Yeah, I want a foreigner. He said, Cal, are you going to watch the Miss Universe? I will. I will because I normally don't, but this woman here has piqued my interest. She's got me interested now. She's beautiful too. And let's see, let me go back to him. Look at the Miss Universe from the Philippines. You think she's the only one over here like that? No. She was she was just the receptionist at the hotel in Manila before winning this contest. So you're going to run into all kind of women like that over here. She's the Miss Universe Philippines, though. I mean, just unbelievably gorgeous, classy. But yeah, I'm going to watch it. He said, yeah, I used to watch Strike Patrol on occasion. I don't need to anymore. He said, it must be good living across the road from a hardware store. It does have it. Actually, two. There's two hardware stores. One is not even, I don't even have to cross the street to get to it. Then there's another one. Yeah, because anything that goes wrong here when we got our doorknobs fixed, when we got the cabinets fixed in everything, the fixtures for the faucets, you just walk up the street. Yeah, he said you could. Excuse me. He said you can find a great woman over here, but you got to take your time and not marry the first one you have sex with. That's a great piece of advice, but we just don't listen to common sense like that. I mean, because we don't get to know the women. So the woman that you're going to meet, she's going to be a lot younger, more attractive than the women you're used to meeting. So you're going to jump on the first thing smoking. You're like, I ain't going to take a chance. This is it. The best thing I've had in 10 years or whatever it is. And then you're going to have that on the job training. You're going to find that stuff about her you don't like, man. And how the kids come out of the woodwork. everybody starts coming out of the woodwork instead of you taking your time, because they're not just gonna lay down with you, man. These women are stupid over here, man. Okay, remember, go just see, y'all don't watch the videos. I put videos out like that every now and again for the new men. I put 8 signs that she may not be with you for your money. Go watch that video, man. That's some 15 years of experience over here. But I'm telling you that the point of me making that video was to tell you that it's all about money. You're not gonna find a woman over here that's gonna check all those boxes. Okay, so you might as well make it up in your mind now. If you're on that dating site, that's what you're dealing with. You're dealing with a woman who has no dreams. Her dreams are turned to dust, if she even had any. She's not independent. She wants you to take care of her. That's why she's on there. Go watch that video. It's a good one, man. But y'all don't watch videos like that. Hey, Chad D, thanks for that super chat. He said, hey, Cal, if I don't have a girlfriend to show me around, how do I know the best place to visit so I can enjoy my time over there? Well, you can do that. One of the things that men do, they get a tour guide. Okay, but I'm just telling you that once you start laying down with her and stuff like that, man, you're committed. If you're only gonna be here for 2 weeks and you're never coming back, then fine. But yeah, I would do my research too. I don't see as long as two consenting adults agree on something, whose business is it of mine? Okay, but you just better make sure you got the right one. Because everything might go good the first day, then you see somebody else, or another woman contacts you that you've been trying to reach. Because I would suggest you meet 3 to 4 women before you come over here. Not just one. Don't put it all in one basket. They don't do that. Increase your chances of getting with somebody that's compatible, that you can get along with for your vacation here or whatever. You even trying to date and get married. But we don't. The first nice looking woman that shows us attention on the dating site, we're locked in. So yeah, I wouldn't knock you for doing that, because she can act as a liaison. Just make sure it's the right one. And you're not gonna know that till you get over here. I can. He said, I can't believe there's so many virgins over there. I can, because of their culture, man, and their upbringing in the church. The women on the dating sites, man, they're a whole different, that's a whole different woman that you're dealing with, guys. It's not the typical Filipino woman. The typical Filipino woman is very conservative. She's traditional. The man has to court her and all that stuff. They don't just, there's no one night stand. Now this new generation, is a little bit different. Maryland tells me about it, and you can go out and you'll see how they dress and stuff. I'm talking about the typical woman over here. Man, you don't one night stand. See, that's a big red flag. If a woman jumps in the bed with you on the first night, no matter where you are, she's expecting something in return. So what makes you think it's any different over here? Just say the expat prayer before you get here. That's all you got to do. But don't think you're just going to come over here, and get your feel of the place for free. There's a reason they're on those dating sites. There's a reason they want to meet you at that airport and all that. And they want to eat you up on the first night and all that stuff, and bend over backwards and do all that stuff, man. They want something in return. Hey, this is Corn Husker. He says, I'm considering moving to the Philippines soon, and I watch your videos to get informed. The one you were saying you would move to the areas where the shopping and nightlife. I call it bubble cities, and that's just when you first get here. you can have a soft landing, Cornhusker, IT Park, BGC, Moncton, Newtown. It's all there. The nightlife, the restaurants, it's safe. Cebu Business Park, Mega World, Eastwood City. It's so many of them now. It's ingenious to me. It never even occurred to me. I've been to IT Park before. I stayed there before, but I never even paid any attention. Me and Merlin, we were staying right down from McDonald's before. We were just in there and out. We would be in the hotel just to sleep. We never even hung out in IT Park. It was only these last few times I was like, wow, you could just stay here. You don't even have to leave. Everything is there. And I said, if I could do it all over again, this is where I would start. This would be my introduction to the Philippines. Okay? Go to IT Park in Cebu, man, and tell me you don't like it there. Bullshit, man. Then if you want, okay, right across the street is the Waterfront Casino. You're in La Hogue anyway. So all up and down there is entertainment and restaurants anyway. Then that's the foot of the mountain where you go to the tops, the Taoist Temple, the Temple of Leia. It's all right there. But I would start my time in the Philippines there. He said, my buddy says his honey hole is pharmacies and supermarket employees, endless ladies. Well, it just all depends on what. I didn't come over here, man, to use women and all that, man. And you don't get that over here. These women want a commitment, man. I mean, you can go to bars and stuff like that, but if you're just trying to hit it and quit it and all that, you're probably in the wrong place, man. You're probably going to get in trouble. You're not going to be able to do that for long. And if guys are telling you they're doing it, I mean, okay, what kind of character do these guys have? Okay, you come over here basically taking advantage of defenseless women. There's no victims over here. But I'm just saying, there's a whole lot more to do in the Philippines than that. I mean, you think you're just going to screw them and just throw them out? That's it? Yeah, it usually takes a while. I remember I was telling Michael Beach of Life that he had a problem with that because him and his woman, they seem to be compatible and everything. I said, the first one never works out really. And he's like, man, I hope that we're able to, beat those odds. And of course he wasn't, but he's happy now. I don't know. There's men who come over here and meet one woman and that's it. But the majority of us, it's such a culture shock, and and just the fact that you're gonna see a woman who's better looking that you may have a chance at having. That's really what happened. Well, I mean, if you're just coming over here to, women are gonna give you the benefit of the doubt because you're a foreigner. But if that's all you coming over here to do, but how many of us are gonna go to those places? How many of us are gonna go to the supermarket and just even say hello to a woman? Not many. That's why they go to the dating site. You can break the ice right there. Okay. Yeah, but me and I don't want to work for it though. That's the problem. If we wanted to work for it, man, our results would be so much better. We want the one night stand. That's why we come over here. We don't have time for that. Because if you did, your results would be so much better. Because guys come over here with a litany of expectations and what they want out of a woman, but then you want a woman that you're going to jump into bed with the first night. Well, you might as well throw that list out the window. It means nothing. But if you come over here and you're in Rome and you do as the Romans do and you want to court the woman, you're going to get a much higher, you know, quality. I sound funny saying that. Woman, though, that's just true. Well, not really. Not really. It's just that there's a big difference. You have to come over here. You actually have to live here and see women on a day-to-day basis. And you say, okay, now you have something to weigh it up against. If all you're doing is dealing with women on dating sites, you don't have nothing to weigh it up against. And then you say to yourself, oh, okay, the women on the dating sites, because there's women over here. Okay, I told y'all my 18-year-old daughter, she's not looking at a foreigner. She got dreams of being a doctor. She's not studying some old man. She's gonna pull herself up by her own bootstraps with our support. This is the majority of the women over here are like that. But the women, when you go on the dating site, something has happened. Either they don't have any more dreams, or they're not patient enough. They see you as a way out. It's a whole totally different game, man. For the woman on those dating sites versus a woman that the typical woman that you see walking around here. And if you meet a woman on the street, you have to ask yourself, does she even have a profile on one of these dating sites? Because if you look at the women that we deal with on the dating sites, they really all look the same. Okay? You can see it in their face that they, I'm not going to use the word contaminate. I'm just going to say that life experience. They've had, some life experience, man. I don't care how cute they are, they just look like that. But if you come over here and you see a woman that's not on a dating site, that hasn't, dated foreigners and stuff like that, they look totally different, man. And it's a big difference. It's a real big difference. He said, what's regular guy up to? He's very funny. We all dislike the feminist North America bullshit. Even South America is getting feminist. He stayed in my guest house before. People are jealous, man. I think he'll be back now because a lot of his detractors are gone. He wasn't like me. I stood my ground. I'm not doing anything wrong. Y'all can accuse me of everything you want to, but I know I'm not doing anything wrong. I think they scared him. He's got a great channel, man. He's a good guy as far as I'm concerned, but I don't know him. I just know he was putting out good videos and he was doing some things that some people, they interpret it as being creepy. And of course, you're guilty over here, man, until proven innocent. Maybe he saw what happened to me. They drag you through all that stuff when you haven't done a thing. Maybe he said, I don't want that. Absolutely. I mean, what makes you think they're not going to want that? I don't know who y'all been listening to. Yeah, regular guys, he's a good guy, man. It's just that people are jealous, man. And, I believe they just scared him. But when he came over here, he didn't even, I'm going to tell you something. When he came to my house, when we would get, messaging back and forth, he was saying his name was Scott. Okay. I had no idea who I was even talking to. He said, I'm subscribe. I'm coming to San Carlos. Can I stay in the guest house? I said, sure. I met him at the bus station. I still didn't know who he was. It was only when we got in the tricycle, I'm in the back, he's in the front. And he said, he started talking, said, you might know me. I'm the regular guy. And I said, oh man, that's you. And I said, then I started putting two and two together. He's just a regular guy to me. Yeah. He said, women are everywhere in the Philippines. You could sit at the mall and people watch all day. Or IT Park or one of those places like that. you know, but we go for the juggler. You know, we don't want to do all that. You know, we want to ease us off the way, so we go on the dating site. There's good women on the dating site, but you may have to hit and miss. But when you start getting to know her and talking to her, you're gonna see that, you know, you're gonna see why she's on the dating site. Something happened somewhere in her life that made her make that decision. I don't want a Filipino man anymore. I want a foreigner. It really has nothing to do with the men, you know. Now we're not going to talk about. We don't know enough about crypto to be. This is not a crypto channel. He said you were still in Zamboanga when I found your channel. How it happened, I don't know. It just popped up, just what the doctor ordered. Yeah, that's what happens on YouTube. See, YouTube. Okay, you see how quick I went from 60,000 subscribers to 62,000. Had nothing to do with me. That's an algorithm. I could have 1 million subscribers if YouTube wanted me to have 1 million. YouTube controls all that. If you're YouTube, I don't care who you are. If YouTube puts you in front of more people, you're going to get more views and more subscribers. But I guess YouTube wants you to earn that some kind of way. There's some type of patterns. You know, the algorithm is a beast, man. But look how fast I went from 60 to 62, just like that. But only because of YouTube. You know, I don't get caught up in all the subscribers because they don't pay you by subscribers. They pay you for views. And then they got to watch your videos for a certain amount of time. I do these live streams as a way of giving back to my viewers and subscribers and supporters. I don't do it for the money because I don't earn a lot of money on these live streams, whether it's super chats or not. I've got the analytics, guys. I wouldn't lie to you. It's just a way for us to hang out, really older men to hang out. We retired. We don't have a whole lot to do. That's really all it is. But people, they'll tell how they're doing these long live streams for money. They don't know what they're talking about. I'm not one of those channels like that. Now, you see these football live streams and different things like this. The Manosphere live streams, man, they rack up the money. But usually a YouTuber in the Philippines, for some reason, we're scrutinized different than everybody else. They don't even want our YouTube channels to earn money. It's a big subject of discussion over here. I'm like, why? Why only when Filipino vloggers do you even talk about money? Do they realize how much money people are earning on YouTube? A lot. So why do you want to corner us and make us an example or something? Those guys, oh, they need their money on you to survive on YouTube. Like YouTube isn't a business. Like YouTube isn't legitimate. When everybody that can earn money on YouTube is earning money. Okay, they're going from the major networks to YouTube. Okay, they got more freedom and everything like that, guys. But if you're doing YouTube in the Philippines, they're gonna put you under a microscope. I don't get it. Hey, what's up? He said, I'm still with the same woman that picked me up at the airport. Yeah, you know, that works sometimes, but majority of the time, we're not that fortunate. We're not that fortunate. I mean it. We're just not that fortunate. He said most on the dating sites don't really hold a conversation. I just give very short one-word answers. Yeah, because they want to meet you. That's when it all starts. The dating site is just to break the ice. It's just to say, okay, I'm Merlin, you're Calvin. Okay, when can we meet? When are we gonna meet? Because you still gotta meet them. You still gotta sell yourself on them that you're the right one. You still gotta persuade them and all of that. But the dating site just breaks the ice. It's the woman that's really on there shopping. That's why you don't get a whole lot of questions. Are you coming over here? Because if you are, okay, we're going to be together. It's that simple. It's no more than that. They're the ones doing the shopping. He said, why everybody goes to Cebu, y'all should consider Davao. I feel there's more options there. People just, Davao's a different place, Mike. You're right. But a lot of the younger people, they like Cebu. Cebu's more upbeat than Davao. It's more city than Davao is city. I like Davao, but it's not Cebu. Cebu is jazzy. It's a lot more. It has a lot. It's more classy than Davao. Even though like I said, I like Davao and they got some mall right there, but you can't compare them, man. Saran Allah, what's up? He says I dated about 6 Filipinas OFWs in Kuwait before I met the one I'm living with now in the Philippines. But you're married now, right? I mean, usually it takes a while, man, because I didn't know what constituted a good woman over here. Because if that was the case, I wouldn't have had to keep bouncing around. But you think, okay, if I get this one so easy, I can get another one. The man is always reaching for something he doesn't have. That can be a problem over here. You could be with the right one, but you got that. What do they call that? The rolling eyes. That's what messes up a lot of us. And then you find out that the culture's so thick over here that it's really no different between the woman they just look different. Angelo Habib said, Mike, I disagree with that. Of course, every woman has their preferences. I like Cebu much more. He said, Davao is killing me. I think Davao is just more spread out. Davao is the biggest city in the Philippines. But I like it because, like I said, I can weigh it up. I've been to Manila, Angeles City, Cebu, Dumaguete, Davao, General Santos, Butuan, Bacala, the Iloilo cities, and Wanga City. And the minute I arrived in Davao, I knew the difference. But it's not for everybody. Yeah, yeah. He's out here, you Cal. He doesn't use and abuse them. He actually has dated very few. He actually befriends them all. They all get a kick out of trying to hook him up with their friends. He truly is a gem. Yeah, I'm just saying, of course, that's where they are. But what are you going to meet there? See, this is what I try to tell guys. If you go, okay, the most beautiful women in the Philippines, they're going to be at the mall. But that's like meeting a woman at the concert or something. Everybody got on the Sunday best. They're putting on this front. You never know who you're really going to meet at that mall. That's where they are, the malls. But if you're going to meet a woman at the mall, I would suggest that you meet a woman who's working there at the mall. Yeah, but we're the same way, Frank. It's not like this is the double standard. He said some women on the dating sites have been dragged through the ringer. And I have to agree with you because it's absolutely true. But what about us? You don't think we've been drugged through the ringer? You think we're coming over here, you know, innocent? What's up, Passport X? He says, salute to Cal in the chat. My Philippines trip is postponed. I broke my foot in the gym. Wow. 45-pound plate fell 4 feet right on top of my foot. Damn. Well, you don't need a storage company. If you want to mail a few boxes ahead of time. If you already know where you're going, I wouldn't mail it too far ahead of time. Okay, it's usually going to take about 3 months for that ballot band box to get here. So what you do is you go ahead and ship it out, Harry, 3 months before you are supposed to arrive in the Philippines. And you don't need a storage place. Yeah, he's just a regular guy to me. That's probably why he named his channel Regular Guy. Adam Taji says you have to be willing to pay the price up front in advance. Means that you have to be determined and know the price that you pay while recognizing the cost. Yeah, it's gonna. You can't get something for nothing, Adam, and that's what most people want. We want it no matter what. You come to the Philippines to meet a woman, you want the easier route. You don't want to pay for anything. Guys, they blow me away with that talk about, I'm not gonna pay a woman, and I don't pay for play and all that stuff. But if you think guys are in the NBA and successful businessmen and all that, and they didn't pay a price, you think it's strictly on talent alone, you know nothing about life. People know what it takes to be a world-class boxer. It's a price you got to pay in that damn gym. Or if you want to lose weight, if you want to lose fat, there's a price you got to pay. You got to make it up in your mind that you're willing to pay that price, any price. But we don't want to do it. You want to stop smoking? Well, you know that you're going to have to go through those withdrawal symptoms. That's the price you got to pay. And you got to pay it up front. It don't wait until you get stronger and get better and you can deal with the withdrawal symptoms. No, that's immediate. The minute you stop smoking those cigarettes, it's going to be on your ass. But you got to be willing to do it or not. Just keep on puffing. People want something for nothing. Hey, Adam, thank you for that super sticker. I appreciate it. He said, Madoff, just come to the meet and greet. That's what it's for. Let's see. He said, I fell in love every 5 minutes when I'm outside the house thinking about becoming a shut-in so I don't do nothing stupid. Man, see, this is facts of a man that's living over here. I remember when Texas Zoe used to be on the channel. And he said, Cal, he said it on this. He was on the panel when he said it. And it resonated with me because I live here. He said, one of the reasons he likes living in the Philippines because he gets to watch beautiful women all day long. He said, even though I love my wife, I don't want anybody else. He said, but that's one of the pros of living in the Philippines. And it's true. I told y'all, man, I can get in the tricycle up here, and by the time I get to save more, man, I done seen, man, 10 or 15 dime pieces, man. I mean, it's just everywhere you go. Okay, Angelo, take care. I'm going to get off here, too. I eat breakfast today. He says, I'm working at the gym. My buddy owns two security companies, making some extra money on the side. He said, what's your take on these tours to meet women, i.e. a foreign fair? It's just the same thing as a dating site. Those women are on the dating sites, Frank. It's just that they kind of, take away all the nonsense, really, and filter it down for you. But it's the same thing. It's the same process. My son's mother was one of those women at that place. But the guy picked her, but they just didn't hit it off. They never, got together or anything. But I'm saying I wouldn't do it. It's very expensive. Okay, because you're a grown man. Some men, though, they like that. I would feel uncomfortable sitting at a table with 10 Filipinos and they're all stirring a hole in you and everything like that. I don't know. For some guys, they like that. Not for me. It just seems too. It doesn't seem genuine to me. But it's popular, man. You know, you can not success. I wouldn't do it. I don't think a man needs to do it. The dating sites is the same thing. Every woman in there is on a dating site anyway. Okay, it's just they just bring the dating site to you. Really, is all they do. I don't think it's worth the price though, because all that's remember your plane ticket and everything. It's all taken care of by them. You're just not in Cebu and they invite you to one of those gatherings. It's a package, and you're gonna pay. I don't think you need that. I just don't think. He said thoughts on the Polar. You know, the Polar. I've been there several times. I've never lived there. It's just a little small town. Um, I don't know if I'd start off there. I wouldn't start off there, Jason. Even though there's a lot of foreigners that live there. I had a guy stay in my guest house for 2 nights. He's got a place in the Pollock and Butuan. He's in Butuan now. He seemed to like it, but there's no big malls there or anything like that. That would almost be like being in San Carlos City. As much as I like San Carlos City here, I wouldn't suggest you start out here. Because remember, the Pollock is just right across from, it's a 3-hour ferry ride from Dumaguete. Yeah, I'd stay in Dumaguete and then uh, visit the Pollock until I got, comfortable enough in the Philippines. It's not an easy uh, transition from America, any Western country, to one of these outlying cities or provinces in the Philippines. Do men do it? Absolutely, but it's not, man. It's not going to be, you're going to run into so much bullshit, man. There's no stores. Nothing you're looking for is going to be in stock. There's going to be nothing to do. There's not going to be other expats you can, hang around. You're going to need that initially when you get over here. I mean, the Pollock would be a place that I would visit. If my girlfriend lived there and I lived in Dumaguete, okay, I'm going to stay the weekend. It's not someplace I would put my roots down initially. I just wouldn't. I would make the transition to Expat Alley, Angeles City, Metro Manila, Cebu, Davao, Dumaguete, Bacolod, Iloilo, General Santos, Butuan City, Cagayan de Oro City, Zamboanga City. Yeah, I said Zamboanga. It's a big city. It's an urban city. That's where I would make my landing. I wouldn't take a chance on doing anything else. Then, okay, you see the guy Sperling Edwards. He lives in the province now, but he lived 2 years in Iloilo City first. Then he moved to the province, not, about 2 hours from Iloilo, an hour and a half or whatever it was. This is what I'm saying, Jason. Because after a while, even though you may have a damn piece, you may have the woman of your dreams, man. It's gonna get real quiet real quick. And you're gonna find yourself spending more money because you're gonna go to those expat alley cities. And you're gonna spend money that you don't have unnecessarily. You're gonna know Dumaguete's 3 hours over there, so you're gonna go to Dumaguete. And you're gonna get curious what's in Cebu and all those other places. He said, do you think it's safe weather-wise in Siquijor? Absolutely. Siquijor, Central Visayas region. same as Cebu, and that even though they had the Typhoon Odette, Sikihor didn't hit wasn't in the eye of the hurricane, and they just don't have typically have hurricanes there. That's the reason why I went to Cebu. That was one of the reasons. Another one was in my mind, I just saw the military being in Manila and Subic Bay and all that. I wanted to get away from there, but weather was the number one reason, really. You better know where you're going in the Philippines, man. I told you, northeastern Luzon right now is getting, man, is catching hell. This will be their third typhoon and one severe tropical storm back to back to back. If you're living up there in the Cagayan Valley area, look on the map, man. They getting, man, hell. They catching hell up there right now. And there's a guy who contacted me. I believe he's somewhere near Tacloban Lady, Billaron, Samar. You better know where you're going, man, when you come over here. He said, I like Butuan, but the local traffic enforcement there is a bit unhinged. They got me in Cebu one time. There's 100 people crossing, but they caught me against the light. And we gave him 50 pesos. He let me go. But all the people, he got me. Where are you, Thomas? Do you live in Cebu? Where are you from? He said, my lady lives close to there. Yeah, see that? I always suggest don't take your woman too far from where she lives, right? But at the same time, man, if you're just going there on a vacation, it's different than moving there, Jason. I wouldn't move there though. How old is your woman? And what is she doing there? Remember, you're only 3 hours by ferry from Dumaguete. But it's not like the Polar is the province or something. It's not. But I just don't think it's a place where you would want to land. Yeah, yeah. All of that's Zamboanga del Norte. Zamboanga del Norte goes a long way, almost until you get to Zamboanga City. It's a big stretch, man, that they call that. And then you got Zamboanga del Sur, and you got the Zamboanga Peninsula. But yeah, that the Zamboanga del Norte. Yeah, it is. It's a small city, but I don't think I would want to land there. He says, I'm going to retire there and have a family. What's the 30 mean? But you said you've been to the Philippines before, but evidently you haven't been to the Polar. And did you just now? Uh, you must have just met the woman then, because if you've been to the Philippines 4 times and this is the same woman, then I'm sure you met her family before. Oh, okay. But thank y'all so much. I'm gonna get off here, man. Up my stomach's growling. For your super chat, super stickers, all your thumbs up, all your support for Sunshine Shoulders. I really mean that. Where are you living, Thomas? He said around a lot. It was a chick cop, and she wanted to bust me bad. The male cops were just like, damn, girl, let him go. Oh, her age. Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, our gal, yeah. Well, hell, you almost like, I remember I went to Argyle 2010. Um, you're almost like in the province, Thomas. We went there to a resort, and while we were coming back, we're standing in front of the resort waiting on the bus, and here comes the president and her, what do you call it with the president? She's in her vehicle, but it was Gloria Arroyo at the time. She was the president. And I was probably from here to that wall from her. I looked her right in the face. Oh man, I love bologna and cheese sandwiches. I haven't had bologna since I've been here. A fried bologna sandwich, man, and you can't beat that with cheese and mayonnaise or salad dressing. And don't toast the bread. Don't toast the bread. Because that's what I do on my. Okay, when Marilyn makes tuna fish over here, man, she makes the best tuna fish. But I had to tell her to put in the relish. And you put that on that bread, man. You toast the bread. You cut that thing in half. Thank me now. But take care, y'all. Stay safe. Stay out of trouble. I'll see y'all next time. Okay, Jason. Thank y'all.